and for giving us such an opportunity to learn more about you and to learn more on how we can work in your vineyard. Bless all these leaders that have volunteered to work in your vineyard with the little children. May you give them all the strength and the wisdom that only comes from above. Be with the presenter. We bring them both into your hands, dear Father. Take charge, be in control of their minds and how they are going to present. May you be with us all, and at the end of it all, may we gain knowledge that will be useful in your vineyard. We want to ask you also to be with us even tomorrow in the holy hours as we proceed with these teachings. Be with us, and at the end of it all, may our names be written in the book of life. For this is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Can the host please? Can you please make me the co-host? Okay, can you make me a co-host? I've disconnected on the other device. But we'll start shortly. Before we start, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today. I'd like to introduce our speaker for today. It's Mr. Ramushe. I'm struggling to actually share and speak at the same time, but I will try. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
You can see, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, our speaker for today is Mr. Ramushe, and Mr. Ramushe is from Tembelihle Church. He is the president of the Ekurhuleni District, South District, and he's the father of three, and his profession is a builder and a counselor. Would like to welcome you, Mr. Ramushe, to our presentation today. Let me try and share your presentation shortly. Just give me a moment before we start. Can you see your presentation, Mr. Ramushe?
Yes, ma'am. I can see it.
Okay. I'm trying to move to the next slide. Yes, can you see? Let me stop sharing and share again. Share. Yes. Can you see your presentation now? Hello, can you see your presentation?
Not yet. It has disappeared. Yes, I can see it.
You can see it now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me see if I can. Yeah, you may start, say. If you can see it, please go ahead and start.
Okay. Okay.
It
Thank you.
disappeared.
Good. It just disappeared again.
It has disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you're not hearing anything, brother. I'm not sure. Can you hear me, Mr. Ramushe? Let's see. Karabo, are you
Yes,
in
I can hear.
here? Maybe you can help us, IT. Because I can't see what I'm sharing right now. Can you share on your side, Mr. Ramushe, or not?
I can't share, ma'am.
You can't.
Yeah.
I'll try and log in on my other device, and then I'll try and share from that device. Just give me a moment. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I think someone can, yeah, someone is sharing the presentation. Thank you so much. You may start, Mr. Ramushe. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Good evening to the leaders and the presidents and the hosts of this meeting. Today we are doing our presentation on the club ministry and its purpose. May I kindly ask that we go to the first slides, because here we are on Pathfinder Story Dates. Can we please share the first slide? Let's go to the next page, ma'am. All right. If we check there, this is the basic staff training course, which means we are just giving each other the basic ideas or the basic knowledge to the leaders who want to be the part of this ministry. But before we start, Mem Notando, did we pray?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay,
Sister
okay.
Wenzile prayed.
Oh, by the way, thank you. All right, let's proceed. So this basic staff training course will help or equip each and every leader or everybody who is part of the ministry, or those people who have devoted their lives or their time into the ministry and are there to work with the children as well as adults in this ministry. But as pathfinders or junior youth, we need to know that there is somewhere else where it started, because if we look into the pathfinder history, we normally hear of the history of Abo Luther Warren when they started the youth ministry. But if we go back into the Bible, we'll find that the youth ministry, it started exactly with Jesus Christ himself as the first pathfinder. Remember him when he was in the temple arguing with the elders in the church, asking them serious questions that they failed even to answer as he was as young as 12 years old. That's when we will find that the Pathfinder ministry, it started from there. What was its purpose? Look at Jesus Christ himself when he was right there in the temple. I can imagine at 12 years, during that time, you wouldn't be allowed an adult serious questions or questions about the things that are hidden, that are not known. So I can imagine some other children at the age of Jesus Christ, they were sitting right there watching Jesus, some saying, hey, look at that young man. They'll end up smacking him, or they'll beat him up, or they'll chase him out of this church. But Jesus, as a young boy, as a pathfinder, he sat down and reasoned with the elders. That's when we will find in Luke chapter 2, verse 52, which says he grew in wisdom, stature, and in favor with God. This is Jesus Christ. If we train our young pathfinders and adventurers to sit at the feet of Jesus Christ, they will grow up in wisdom and even in good stature, as well as in favor with God and Christ himself, the first pathfinder in this ministry. So basically, the purpose of this ministry is to bring in many youngsters or many children from outside the church to inside the church. So how do we do these things? Most of the times when we do the presentation, I have just checked that most of our presentations, yes, they are correct and they give us the correct message. Even when we do the BSTs, we do give people the correct messages, but there's one thing that is lacking. We always bring in the information from where it started and how it started, and leave the part of where it is right now and how we are running it. Who must run it? Who must be the part of it? So today we will share the screens and we will share the presentations, but you will find that most of the things that I'll talk about today are not on the screen, because I've just decided that today I just want to look at us directly, not looking at John Hancock, or not looking at in America who did this and that, but I'll look strictly around us in Africa, or around us in South Africa, or around us under the TOC banner. That what are we doing as master guides, and what are we doing as leaders? What are we doing as teachers? What does the Pathfinder mean? The Pathfinder means a person who makes or finds a way, especially through unexplored areas or fields of knowledge. Pathfinders associate words are adventurer, pilgrim, experiments, pioneer, searcher, and seeker. Right? I just want to talk much about the searcher and the seeker. If you are a searcher, it means there is something that is missing, or there is something that is lost, or there is a precious thing that has been hidden somewhere, and you are told we need to find that thing so that we can use it. Now, as pathfinders, as we are leaders, the master guides, what are we searching for? We need to go out and search for the lost souls. We need to go out and seek for those who are lost, and seek for those who need to be part of our ministry, and seek for those who need to partake in anything that concerns this ministry that we are within. So now I'm saying, leaders, all the people that we are training today, the first question that I would like to ask you is, why are you training? And why are you here? If you simply know why you are training and why you are here, then you do not have a problem. You would know that you are the Pathfinder leader, or you are the Pathfinder director, or you are the master guide. Therefore, you mustn't trouble much the people that are within the church about how to run the ministry. Go ye therefore outside, seek those who are lost, bring them in. That's what we are training you to do in this course today. Let's go to the next slide. Right. As we are busy training these young children, I have spoken about the purpose, which means the purpose is all about to bring these children into the fold of Jesus Christ. Then what is the mission statement? The mission statement is very simple in our ministry. Bring or introduce young people to Jesus Christ. That's simple. Bring or introduce young people to Jesus Christ. How do you bring these young people to Jesus Christ? These are the ideas that we need to share tonight. These are the ideas that we need to talk about tonight. Right. I said today we are home. We're not talking of next door, but we are talking of what is happening at home, within our own home, within our own TOC conference, within our own districts, within our own churches, and within our own vicinities. So now, how do we bring in or introduce children in? First of all, as a leader, don't sit down. You need to work. You need to plan. You need to think outside the box. As we are doing this training right now, as a listener today or as a student today, let me ask, how many children do you have in your club right now as we are training you? How many officers do you have in your club as we are training today? If they are less, then that's where the purpose comes in. You need to bring in people. And then the question goes, how do you bring in people? Simply leave the church. Even if it's on Sabbath, leave those who are doing the Sabbath school in the church, leave those who want to preach or do other activities in the church. Go out to the nearest location or go out to the nearest neighborhood. Start entering house by house, one by one. Introduce yourself, who you are. What do you mean when you talk about Pathfinders? Talk to the parents that are within the area where your church is. Tell them that you are the Pathfinder leader. Tell them that you are the leader of the children, and ask for their children to come and join us in your church. Tell them what we do. What are the activities that we do in our churches? Check the needs of the people that you are talking to. Do not just invite them to the church, whereas you do not attend to their needs. It might be spiritual, emotionally, socially, or mentally. Address those issues. After addressing those issues, when you invite these children back to our churches, they will come. And when they come, talk to the club members that are part of the church club to treat the new members that have been brought today into the flock as one of our members, not to treat them as outsiders, not to treat them as nobodies. When you have done that, you have brought in the members into the club, and then the club is growing, the ministry is growing. Once the people that you brought in to the club are interested and they like to be part of the members, you then ask them to ask their friends to come and join us. Then the club is growing slowly and surely. And make sure that you maintain the love between you as the inviter to the invitees, that there is no gap in between whereby these invitees will feel like, oh, he loved us when he wanted us to join the club. Now that we have joined his club, he's no longer taking care of us. Take care of the invitees more than the care that you have to the club members, because the club members are already used and they know what the club needs and what needs to be done. Let's go to the next slide. Can you still hear me? Next one. All right. The slide that has been shown before this one, you have seen they are honors, they are pins, and all these other things. All those things that were shown exactly, all those things that are shown there. This is the work that we must do as the leaders within our churches. Let's teach our children. And when we teach our children, let's make sure that all the children, they do achieve all the things that they have worked for. Imagine when you look at that picture, it might be a shirt, or it might be a search of somebody with all those things. Look how colorful it is. Look how beautiful it is. So when we have our pathfinders and adventurers well taught through their curriculums, through their progressive classes, and they get all those pins that we see there, when we march and go out into the communities, all people will look at us and say, yo, who are these people? I just wish to be like these people. I have seen this experience whenever we do the outdoor or outreach ministries. When we play the drums and go outside with the pathfinders in complete uniform, this is what we call complete uniform. In complete uniform, people are excited and they are taken and they like to join us. And those people will be following us, behind us. Let's take them in, let's drill them, let's play with them, let's show them how we do it. Before we go to the outreach, make sure that your club is well taught in terms of drill down, in terms of conduct, in terms of how they speak, in terms of hospitality, and all these things, so that when we bring in these people with our beautiful uniforms, when they are looking at us, when we start marching, then we say, guys, come and join us as we march. They will simply join and say, I want to be part of that. I said today, I don't want to talk much about what happened before, which is the information that we get from all the books where we research and get all the information when we write these presentations. But I just want to come back at home and talk about what is happening on the ground where we are. Let's move to the next slide, sir. Thank you. I want to talk about the master guides now. As we are training the master guides today, you are the master guides in training. You must have a purpose and a reason why you are studying this course. You cannot only study this course for fame. You cannot only study this course because you have seen somebody looking good in complete suit or complete master guide uniform. Then you just say, wow, I want to train so that when I put on my uniform, I want to look like so and so. No, that's not the purpose. Once you join the master guide class, you must be sure and you must know that you have become automatically the secondary parent to the children that you are going to lead in the church. So if you are a secondary parent to the children, it then simply means that from the day you started to join the master guide class, it means the love for the children, it grew from 0 to 10. When you join the master guide class, the love for the children must not drop, but it must increase. So that's one of the things that we must do. There is a quotation in the Spirit of Prophecy by Ellen White, whereby she says, there are some parents who will not make it to heaven, or who will miss heaven because they neglected their children. So that statement, it doesn't simply apply to the biological parents only. It also applies to the spiritual parents. And who are the spiritual parents? The spiritual parents are us, the directors, the leaders, and the master guides. As I alluded that you are part of the secondary parents to the children that we are leading. So therefore, my leaders, today, tonight, let me tell you, or let me warn you, it's true and honest that if you do not take care of the children that are in your church, or if you do not take care of the children that are in your club, you are just as good as the parents that Ellen White says they might miss heaven because they neglected the children. You would have neglected the children. To the master guides that we have some other master guides in training and master progressive classing. The roles, they say, I can't do it. Beware. Ellen White says you might miss heaven because of that. You need to know that once you have devoted yourself, that you want to start this course and you want to become a master guide and a qualified master guide, you must know that all the children that are in your church from day one, they are all yours. They are all under your arms. They are all under your wings. Whatever they need, either spiritually, physically, mentally, or otherwise. You must be part of that. So as the master guide, you must know we need to work for the children. We don't need to be pushed. We don't need to be maybe told what to do when you know you have been trained and you know what you need to do to the children. This thing must just run automatically, like the manner how the blood runs in your body. Nobody commands it. When you see a child, he has got no workbooks, you must take over. Talk to the parents, talk to the leaders, talk to the church, so that those kids have the books. That is the duty of the master guide. And remember, as also as a master guide in training, you must know that you must lead as an example in a church. All the children that you are leading are taking you as their role model. So since as these children are taking you as their role model, make sure the manner you walk, the manner you talk, the manner you eat, the manner you act, the manner you dress, the manner you do everything that you do, the children are looking at you. And remember, our children, they don't do as we say, but they do as we do. So the actions that you are always doing in your church is what the children are going to do. Let us not even fool ourselves and say, I will tell them, then act otherwise. If you tell them and act otherwise, the children that are following you are going to act otherwise. Let's go to the next slide, sir. All right. I think we have spoken about who is the pathfinder, who is the adventurers, and how we must do it. And the last part before we go to the pathfinder story dates, we must know that as a master guide who is being trained today, you are dealing with the children from 4 years up to 15 years. So you can imagine a child who is 15 years is almost an adult because they are now teens. So if they are teens, they act and behave as adults. And at the same time, you have a 4-year child who really acts as a child, as a toddler, somebody who is clueless, who needs to be fed the proper information. So as a master guide in training, you must be able to adjust from the age of 15 years old, that is a teen, the teen reasoning part of it. You must be able to also adjust it to a 4-year-old, whereby you can play or roll yourself on the ground, then you get dirty, never worry. There are times whereby these children will even come to you with dirty shoes, dirty clothes, and they want you to hug them or they want you to pick them up. You need to pick them up. Never say, go back to your mother, and so that your mother will take out that dirty or whatever it is. You are the mother, you are the father of the 4 years up to the 15. Deal with that dirty. It's rather better that child leaves the dirty on your suit or on your uniforms so that they are always happy than for you to turn them away from you because you are too smart. Once you are involved in this ministry, the smartness is gone because we are always dirty playing with the children. Now, on the dates of the Pathfinder story, you'll get this presentation. If you read the Pathfinder story book, you'll get all the dates that I wrote there. But today, I'm not going to talk much about these dates that I wrote there. I want to change a little bit on these Pathfinder stories and ask this master guide in training who is in this house today, the master guide in training who is training today, the qualified master guide who is here today. As we are talking about the dates, I want to ask you a question. It will be a rhetoric question, but it has something to do with you and it will help you. If I may ask you, as a master guide in training or a qualified master guide who is here, do you know who started the Pathfinder Club in your church? And which year was it? And how many members were there when the Pathfinder Club started? Are those people still there so that you call them as the pioneers of your church, or they are all gone? If they are all gone, what are you doing to bring them back? What are you doing to imitate them? This is what is all about the Pathfinder story dates, because the Pathfinder story dates that we write from 1879, when we talk about Abo, Martin Luther, and Harry Fenner, and all these other pioneers that we have in our Pathfinder history, is just as good. That Harry Fenner and the Lutheran is just as good as the first pioneer in your church who organized the path in your church. Do you know the church? Let us on this day that we always extract from the books that we read. But what we extract?
Yeah, sorry, my leader, you're breaking a bit.
Can you hear me now?
No. There's a bit of a... Try again.
But I can hear you now. Okay, can you hear me now?
I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but okay, let's try again. Ooh, there's a bit of a background.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. Maybe you might be a bit problem or something, but everything seems well from my side.
Okay, can you try and log off and on again? Apologies, everyone, for that. Yeah, thank you for your patience. I hope you are making your notes. Thank you. Please remember to register your name if you haven't done so. Please let's use this time to do that, to register our names, our church, our district, and our email addresses if you so wish. Thank you. Dumisani, do you have a question? I've unmuted you, Dumisani. Lily, oh yes, Dumisani, please go ahead.
I don't have a problem, but there is a problem of network on my side. I don't know whether it's all off.
Problem with network on your side.
Yes.
You can't hear, or I'm not sure what the problem is.
So far, I'm hearing you, but the time when the instructor was giving his lesson, there was no sound.
Yes, we've asked him to log off and on again. So there was a bit of a network on his side as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Lily. Please lower your hand, Mr. Dumisani. Lily.
Hello, Nutando.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sister Lily.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out, will the recordings be available for these sessions, and where can a person obtain the recordings?
I'll give it over to Mfu to answer. Maybe he can help us with that. Mfu, are you here?
Can you repeat the question?
Lily is asking if the recording will be available.
We are live on YouTube. If they go to TOCAJY, they will find it on YouTube.
Thank you. Are you answered, Sister Lily? Okay, I think she's answered. Thank you, Mfu. Mr. Ngono, are you here on standby in case we have to move to your presentation? Are you here? Are you here?
All right. I'm back, Tando. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, we can hear you now.
Is it clear now?
Better. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, my leader. Please note you need to finish at half past
Yes, I'm right.
7. I'm not sure how far you are, but just for your awareness. Samsung, can you answer your question after the presentation? Thank you.
I'll do it. I'll make it. All right.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about what happened. We are continuing on Pathfinder story dates. What I'm saying is, yes, this Pathfinder story from the book Pathfinder Story by John Hancock are so good. They are teaching us to see how other Pathfinder pioneers were doing this ministry. So let us not dwell much on these dates, but let's dwell on what these dates are teaching us. So they are simply teaching you as a master guide in training today, and they are simply teaching you as a qualified master guide or a teacher or instructor today that you must work. You must know the club history of your local church club. You must know all the pioneers in your church club. You must know the weaknesses, the struggles, and the strengths of all the pioneers of your local clubs or district clubs, and work on those weaknesses to change them into the strength. That's how we grow. And another point that I want to stress on these Pathfinder story dates, you will find that there are some few names of the pioneers who worked tirelessly in this ministry. And when you check on those pioneers, they did not bother whether they were working alone or they were two or they were a small team. What they bothered about was to work for Jesus Christ and to work for those souls that need Christ. They did not bother about groups. So you as a master guide in training and as a master guide also, do not bother about how many members are around you, how many dedicated members are around you so that you can start work. Start working on your own alone and do the work. The Lord is going to bless you and the Lord is going to give you the strength to work. To those master guides in training who are alone in their churches, whereby the church has got all the curriculum classes, maybe there are 6 or 12. You know what? Let me tell you, through experience, you can do it. You can teach 6 classes alone. You can even teach 12 classes alone. Stop complaining. Stop looking for the people who do not want to work with you. Work. If there is any ideas that you can work, you can employ to make this thing work for you, do it. Because the more you talk to people and the more you persuade to people, people will simply see that alone you can do nothing without them. So they will keep on dodging so that they disturb all the ideas and your purposes. So work on your purposes. Do not look onto other people. This is what overall I got from the Pathfinder story dates. So from working with the dates, let us research as leaders or master guides in training and master guides. Let us research who was the first Pathfinder director in our conference. When was it? How many members were there in the conference by that time? And who is the current conference director of the junior youth now in our conference? What are his challenges? What are his strengths? What can we do to help him so that we can achieve? And how many membership do we have now? And if you check those dates and those numbers, they will tell you whether us from the ground level, are we working or are we supporting our districts? Are we working or are we supporting our conference, or we're not supporting our conference? If the numbers are decreasing, it means we're not supporting. If the numbers are increasing, it means we are supporting our conference, our districts, our areas, our local churches. Then may God bless you on that one. And the last point that I would stress, can you just go to the last slides, ma'am, where there are pledges and laws. And lastly, as I would conclude, as master guides in training and qualified master guides, please do the refresher courses always, because they will help you by getting more equipped each and every day. I can present this presentation today. You give me after 3 months, I would have forgotten all what I said today. But if I keep on reading and studying, I will know what I said before and then. So as a master guide, always refresh your knowledge. As a master guide in training, always refresh, always read. You mustn't teach the children about the law, pledge, and the songs when you do not even know those songs, pledges, and laws by yourself, their meanings, and whatever it means to you. All these things, the pledges, the songs, to the next slide, ma'am, all the pledges, the songs, the laws, and whatever we teach the children, before you deliver it to the children, let it speak to you first, so that when you speak to the children, it hears the meaning and it will be so meaningful to the children. So as we are studying this course, I kindly ask you another rhetoric question. Do you think you chose the right ministry, or you think you did not choose the right ministry? It's not a sin if you think you chose the wrong ministry to withdraw, but it will be a sin to pretend as if you chose the right ministry that you like, and this is the ministry that you want to work with, and this is the ministry that you want to work in. So that when you are in, after being invested, when we ask you to do all these duties, you will start telling us, I can't, I'm not prepared, give me much time, give me 6 months, give me 2 weeks, and so forth. And the children are dying. So once you join this ministry, you must know you are a soldier. If you are a soldier, you know you are always on standby. There is no time whereby you will be prepared for war. You must know that you are there to fight with the devil against the children. You must know that you are there to fight against the devil when the devil is using some of our colleagues and our leaders. You pray for them each and every time. You talk with them each and every time. You make sure your hands are on the ministry each and every time. So once we do all these things, you will see that our purpose in this ministry will have a meaning. Our purpose in this ministry, the church will be full. Let us not just read the Pathfinder story dates. Let us not just be excited by knowing some of the pioneers that we have. No, it's good to know our pioneers, but the best thing that you must do, imitate all the pioneers that you read about. Imitate all the pioneers that did the great job in this ministry, in our conference. Imitate the pioneers that did the great job in your local church. Imitate the pioneers that did the great job in your district. Once you know that, then your district is going to grow. Your church is going to grow. Your club is going to grow. Our conference is going to grow. Now we are even having an extended territory. We used to be working around our own local churches, but now it has been extended that we must go outside. So when we go outside, we are bringing in the new members into the fold. which are the CPCs. So stop sitting down in your church and complain that I'm not working. The field is ripe, but harvesters are few. So we kindly ask you, you are the only person that we are waiting for in this ministry to come and join us. But when you come and join us, sit down, start working. Thank you. God bless you. I hope I have made sense to someone in this class, and I hope I have helped someone in this class. But above all, in all what I said, I am saying, stay up and work in this ministry. Your purpose is to bring in the new souls, bring in more numbers into the fold. May God bless our session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions? It seems it was clear. Thank you so much, my leader. I see a question from Lily again and Sister and SC.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear that, and I saw the responses saying that this presentation is live streamed. We can catch it on YouTube. The reason I'm asking this, I'm asking for those that wished to be in the session and those that wish to be in the session tomorrow, and they will be having challenges of load shedding. Is there no way that these recordings can be forwarded through to us that are requesting them that are in attendance?
You can find them on YouTube directly.
Can
We don't
I?
need to
Okay,
send them. Yes.
all right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sister. Mr. I think I see Sima pause. All right, I think they understand. Jerome Mabuza.
Thank you so much, my leader. Allow me to pass my gratitudes to the presenter. You presented very well, my leader. Thank you so much for such an informative presentation. I learned a lot. I stand to be corrected, but just to share a caution with our leaders here, some leaders and some master guides in training, that as we have heard that our purpose is to go out there and bring souls, introduce community clubs and all that. My apologies. I just wanted to say we are a very organized club. Let us plan everything through our youth councils, going to our church boards to be approved, and then we go out there and work. Sometimes you might find out somebody says where such information the next Sabbath akasatholakala enkonzweni, he or she goes out, I'm in the field, I'm working, but without taking the plan via the structures. So I just wanted just to bring the caution to say, as we have been called to go out there and bring other souls to the fold, let us sit down, plan it, take it to the right channel, so that if we are not there at church, the church knows where we are. At some point, in some places, there have been some confusions of us young people going there and missing at church and all that, saying we are spreading the gospel, but then the church does not know about it. So I just wanted to thank the presenter and also bring the caution to my fellow colleagues. I hope I did not skip the line. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jerome Stembile. I'm going to take one more and then we move on to the next presentation.
Hello.
Hello.
Yabo. I'm here. We are in master in training. We have started. I wanted to thank to my leader for the presentation that he has brought forward. So for us to know about the pioneers, do we have the books that can help us so that we can know what the Malita has mentioned so far?
Yes, there are books available. My leader, do you have, there is the Pathfinder story, Church Heritage. There's quite a few books that are available, my leader. I just don't have them offhand, but if someone can share with us, even Mr. Ramusha, do you have other?
Hello, ma'am. How are you? I think you have just answered. The books about the pioneers, they are many. So as I have alluded in the presentation, most of the pioneers that we are talking about are those pioneers who brought this Adventism or this ministry into our continent and the like. But what we need to do right now, as a master guide in training, do not just dwell on those books. Start researching now about your own conference. Start researching now about your own union or your own division. And let's see who are these pioneers who are here.
All right, thank you. I hope you're answered. Sir, I'll move on to Stembile. Are you still Sean? Sean is the last person.
Thank you so much. Just a quick question from my side. If you are affected by load shedding and you then go and listen to the recordings on YouTube, how does that impact your certificate for that particular lesson or reading? Thank you.
Pastor, can you help us, Pastor Rambau?
And tomorrow we are going to issue a link for reflection that even if you watch it via YouTube, you're still going to have to write a reflection of what you have learned through all the session. We'll share that link tomorrow. I hope
Thank you
that
so
was
much.
clear.
I hope you answered. Yeah, you answered. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramushe. Everybody saying thank you for the good presentation. We thank you so much. Please remember to mute your lines. Thank you very much. Our next presentation will not be Mr. Ngono, but it will be Dr. Shabalala. Dr. Shabalala, are you available? Dr. Shabalala, are you available? I'll take Stembile's hand while we wait for Dr. Shabalala as our next presenter. Stembile, the floor is yours.